that's a really, really good thing. I'm gonna go down here and see if I can spot an animal and show you what I mean. It's the middle of the day. I doubt we'll see any around this lake, especially because I hunted the crap out of this lake earlier this morning. Okie doke. So, no animals down here. So I'll show you when we go out to actually try to hunt an animal. I have a point set. We're gonna walk towards it. Um, once we get there, I'll tell you about the HUD, how we do it, and what to look out for, and basically how to stalk and hunt an animal. Come back for the next segment. And we're walking. And we're walking. And we're walking. Alrighty. So, we are walking to this point here. I am running. Running's not the best idea, but I'm just trying to get here. As I get a little bit closer, I'll explain things. So the HUD. There are basically four main components of the HUD. There is your compass and windage indicator. The compass is important for knowing your way around. The windage indicator is crucial for literally everything. That little green, I guess it's an arrow, but I don't like that because it denotes direction. It looks like a trail. We'll call it a trail. Like that angular green trail on my compass. That is basically my smell. That is, the wind is blowing in my face at this point, and everything behind me right here smells like farts and body odor and bad breath because I've been in the woods, or my character's been in the woods for 4 days and hasn't brushed his teeth. So, we don't want deer and all the other animals in this game to smell all that nasty stuff. So we always want to be walking when we're approaching an animal or a trail. We always want to be walking into the wind, have it blow right into our face. We want that green trail always behind us, or as close behind us as we can get it. The wind will change, and you have to keep your eye on that. There's some really advanced things for techniques for avoiding spooking animals based off of windage, things like that, certain ways to circle around. I'm not going to get into that. Just be mindful of the windage. If you see an animal right down here, don't just start running towards it. Don't try to shoot it because as soon as you pull your gun out, it's probably going to spook. It already knows you're there. It smells you. The other segment is the little quick select / item. This feature there, that's the fast switch between weapons and binoculars. You just go right back and forth. But that's basically shows you what your ammo is and all that stuff, what you're using, and that's really basic. There's your health bar. If you ever played a video game ever in your life before, you know what a health bar is. You know how it works. And then, more importantly, below it, that is I call that the stealth bar. It features your heart rate on it. It features your visibility, and it features how easily heard you are. These are important things when you're stalking and hunting animals. First of all, the heart rate monitor. See, it's like red, and my heart's beating. I can hear it in my ears, so to speak. That's not good for firing weapons. If you ever fired a gun in real life or a bow in real life, you know that heart rate control and breath control is a really big thing. It's the same in this game. You can't just like run around and then just stop and expect to be able to take a really long shot with a rifle. This isn't PUBG. It's not, just doesn't work that way. You're gonna have to settle down and calm down, and like I just did, and you see how it went slowly back to normal. That means that I'm good to go ahead and spot an animal, take that shot. It reduces the wobble of your thing. As you are zoomed in, you can hold your breath. When you hold your breath, your heart rate will steadily start to increase. Here we go. As you can see, it's starting to slowly go up. My wobble is slowly increasing. and then it goes red, and I have to let go of my breath, and then I wobble way more. So that's the heart rate. Next is visibility. That when it's a circle, you are a sore thumb, and animals can see you from 100 yards away. When it is a just like a normal like ellipse, we'll call that an ellipse. It means that you're visible, but not attracting any attention. Basically, I say like 50 to 70 yards. Then you have this half circle with a line. That means you are half hidden. This means that an animal's like gonna see you within 40 to 30 yards. Beyond that, you have the line here. Let's go ahead and pull out a line. Yes, this white line means that an animal will see you if it gets close enough. We're talking about like maybe 10, 15 yards. You, I've had animals get pretty up close and impersonal while this visible. And then back here, we'll see where it happens. Right, probably next to the trunk of this tree. Yeah. So this is invisible. I've been trampled by animals because they didn't see me. I've been mauled by bears because it just ran into me. They really can't see you as long as your windage is good and you're not making too much noise. This is basically invisible. You can find out what you. I always go to the point where I'm invisible and then slowly creep out until I see that white line. And usually you can find that sweet spot where it maximizes your view, but also keeps you completely hidden. But that's the HUD, everybody. It's really simple. Very important. They don't show you anything you don't need to know. They show you everything you do. All right, let's go to. Oh, I almost forgot. Very important is the sound indicator. That speaker at the bottom, it indicates how much noise you're making. If you've ever played Metal Gear Solid, Splinter Cell, Hitman, any sort of stealth game, this is pretty normal. Don't run around. See, it makes a lot of noise. It scares all the animals off. Walk as much as you can in this game. It still produces a decent amount of sound, but as you slow down, your sound will decrease. Crouching when you're coming up on an animal is always a good idea. Gives you better visual camouflage, and as you can see, I'm making less noise. If you crawl, you make very little noise. You can really sneak up on an animal this way. As long as your windage is good, you can really crawl right up on an animal. And that's the audio indicator. Super important. I can't believe I almost forgot it. Sorry. Come back for the next segment and we'll see if we can bag us a deer. Hello, everybody. We are back. I have successfully run the mile to where I think I might be able to find some deer or something. We will see. Um, so here we are. Before we really get hunting, there's a couple little pearls of wisdom, as my father will say. One, you're new to this game. Took me like 3 weeks to figure this out. You can zoom your binoculars. You can also zoom your rifle scopes. That is very, very important. When I first played this game, I was trying to make 200-yard shots with my rifle like this, and they were like, it was like trying to shoot ants. Not fun. Very frustrating. Zoom your scope. Make life easier. Same goes with binoculars. You know, you can zoom them. Pretty much right now, you can zoom them about the same amount. So, but yeah. So what I do is I just sort of get a good windage. Here we're at the bottom of the lake. I'm gonna be pushing into that corner there. But rather than going straight to my point, I went to the shore here so I could get good windage because the wind is traveling this way. So we'll see if we can find anything over here. If not, we'll keep looking. You just want to scan with your binos. I look anywhere where I can see farther than 50 yards. Some people like scan the bushes, all that stuff. Yeah, you could do that. But you're gonna spend a lot of time looking at just shrubberies. You look at clearings like this. Because even if they're in the bushes, if you are quiet enough and patient enough, they'll just walk out into the clearing at some point. So, I would not advise running when you're actually trying to hunt something. I would advise walking and just watch what you're walking into. Foliage makes a lot of sound. But it never hurts to sort of scan the horizon, especially lake shores. I'm always scanning lake shores. So as you can see, we've got good windage, and we're just going to keep walking into the wind. I'm looking for some sort of sign of a living creature, I guess. I've never been here in this corner. This is all new to me, so we'll see. Sort of need to explore it anyways. Alrighty, let's just see if I can even get a warning call or anything. Crash this and crash this. Sometimes you can make a lot of noise and an animal will give you a warning call. I don't always recommend it, but it is a quick way to find out if there's an animal in the area. The only problem is that you sort of have to like chase the animal down because you most likely will spook it. Okay, looks like there isn't anything over here. I should have heard a call or even not even any jackrabbits over here. So, I'm probably going to relocate to a place that might have more luck at. So, here's a quick fast travel tutorial for you. You can select an outpost. For instance, I have this. This is a tent. You can fast travel to tents. They're very useful. Alrighty, my Xbox is slow and it loads horribly. It's an original OG. Alright, so this is a tent. This is actually pretty good to talk about. Tents are pretty useful. They're portable structures. You can do obvious things like sleep at them, but what's most important is that you can access your storage. You can then equip any weapons you want, night vision goggles, flashlights, different ammo, whatever you have, what have you, in a tent. Very often, I will just put a tent and a hunting structure in my bag and just walk around, literally like I'm just hiking in the woods. And then I will deploy my tent, and then I will gear up to go actually out hunting. Here we are at a lake over in Chila, I think. It's been a pretty good spot for me. I'm gonna go ahead and creep out of my tent here. Um, I have a tripod stand set up here in a nice good spot. I don't recommend tree stands, but I do recommend tripod stands. They're a little bit more versatile. You can put them literally anywhere. Oh, we got a deer right over there. You can put them literally anywhere. They offer you 80% visual camouflage, and it's about a 15-foot vantage point, and you can swivel them all the way around. I really like setting them up next to lakes, just like this one. This was actually right in between two lakes, I guess. But this is a really good spot. If you want to know what it is, I'll get in here and I'll show you on the map. Here, you can go ahead and it's in Chila, and it's right down here. It's this little like mushroom lake, I guess. All right, so over here, our windage is good. We have these deer coming down. Look at that, beautiful. Let's go ahead and bag one of these guys. So you can spot them. You can also upgrade your spotting, so it gives you more information as you go on. It'll tell you trophy weight and things like that. So we're gonna go after this guy. He's a big boy. All right, so I have spotted him. And this is what I was talking about, the fast switching of the weapons. And now that outline's still there, you know exactly which deer you're shooting at. And for long shots or night shots, so you want to hold your breath, but you can't hold your breath too long. Alright. Alright, I think I got 2 hits. One was a good shot, and the other one was a pot shot. So the hunting pressure I talked about, yep, it was probably a fatal shot on one of them, and I'm sure we'll see it get a little bit darker once the other one dies. So that's what I was talking about. You can check the hunting pressure to see if your shot killed the animal you were shooting at. Especially with a gun like this, the recoil, you don't really get to see if the animal goes down because your gun recoils so much. But on your map, it'll show you where you spotted that animal at. So it'll show you right where those tracks are. Oh, there it is. I think I can see it. Boom. So when we look at it, you'll be able to see what my penetrating ammo does on 30-06. It usually will go through a blacktail or a whitetail, which I feel sort of bad about, but yeah. So see, it went right through as many organs as it can. It probably would, a soft point might have done a little bit more damage, but it's such a big gun that it does it. Oh, ooh, that was a gold. Holy cow! Right on. So we also had that one shot over here. This is gonna be a little trickier. Wait a second. So that was weird. Sometimes that happens in this game. Don't be afraid to just sort of look around. Animals get stuck all the time, like that one. Yeah. Okay, well, there's another one that I have to hunt down still. I really wanted to show you how to track things. So, let's see if we can find that blood splatter. Nope, that's doo-doo. That's poop. That's blood splatter. So when you shoot an animal, it leaves blood splatter. If you examine it, it'll tell you what kind of organ was hit. As you can see, I hit a non-vital organ, which isn't great. But we can it'll mark the tracks. Always look out for the blood splatter. Ooh, medium bleed rate's good. That means we probably don't have to follow it too far. But always check the blood splatter, because sometimes you can get, like if I were accidentally follow these tracks, that would be an uninjured deer, and then I would just be following a deer for hours. So make sure you always find those blood splatters, because that's the best indication that you're following the right animal. You can pull out your phone, and it will tell you, if you find tracks, it'll tell you a cone. Oh, there it is, right down there. So as you see, it makes a cone, tells you where, sort of like, to look for more tracks. And here it is. Oh, 3 males. What are you? 2 bronze and a gold. That is lucky. Alright, so now that I've shot 3 deer in the exact same spot, let's take a look at that hunting pressure. Ooh. So if I kill 1 more animal in this hunting pressure area, I am going to lose these points, this watering point right here, and any other need zones in that area. So that means I just got to move on. But thanks for watching me hunt some animals. That's pretty much how you do it. Always check out the small lakes, circle them, watch your windage, and happy hunting. Signing out.